Okay. All right, so listen, guys, I'm sorry that took a little longer than I wanted it to. The unfortunate thing is that I couldn't find these things on my laptop for just a couple of minutes, and now I found them, and unfortunately I had to open it up in Word, and in so doing it doesn't read the equation editor the way it should. So I need to go through number one, step by step, and it is, but it needs to be copied over again. So what it says basically is this: 3/5 x plus 4 plus x over 2 equals 3 minus 2/3 x. Now over the next couple of days I'm going to show you two completely different techniques for doing this. The first way is what, for lack of a better term, we have been doing, and I would call the blood and guts technique. What we're going to do is go through this step by step by step. So first I'm going to distribute the 3/5 to both sides here, or to both parts of the package, and I get 3/5 x plus 12/5 plus x over 2 is equal to 3 minus 2/3 x. So all I did was distribute, okay? Now the next thing I'm going to do is combine like terms here. And this, again, needs to be done on your calculator if you're going to use this blood and guts technique. You're going to have to do every fraction in a parentheses. So you're going to do parenthesis 3 divided by 5 parenthesis plus this x over is really 1x over 2. So parenthesis 1 divided by 2 parenthesis. If you do that, I'm pretty sure you're going to come up with 11x over 10. That will combine these two terms right here. Plus 12/5 equals 3 minus 2/3 x. Okay? So again, I didn't touch the 12/5, I didn't touch the 3, I didn't touch the negative 2/3 x. All I did was combine these two. And that's just a matter on your calculator of doing parenthesis, 3 divided by 5 parenthesis, plus parenthesis, 1 divided by 2 parenthesis. It will tell you math, enter, enter. It will say 11 over 10. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is add 2/3 x to both sides. And again, it's just using the calculator. Parenthesis 11 divided by 10 parenthesis, there they are, plus parenthesis 2 divided by 3 parenthesis. Off the top of my head, this is going to come out to 33 over 30. This is going to come out to 20 over 30. That's adding it up, I get 53 over 30x. Okay, and then the last thing I need to do is plus 12/5 is equal to 3. So now I have to minus 12/5 from both sides. And again, you can do that on the calculator. You just do 3 minus parenthesis 12 divided by 5 parenthesis. And then I get 53x over 30 equals, now 3 minus 12/5 is going to work out to be, let's see here, 0.6, which is, oh, why is this getting ugly here? Minus 12/5, minus 12/5. I want to say that's going to be 3s. It is, it's 3/5. Okay. Cross multiply. This times this equals this times this. And that gives me now, I could actually, it doesn't make a difference how you want to do things. I did a slick little trick here in my head. You can just use the calculator to multiply the numbers out. What I did was I just wrote it as 5 times 53x equals 90. Okay? And the reason I didn't multiply this out is because I noticed right away if I divide by 5, it's easy. And I get 53x is 18. And then I divide by 53. And I get 18/53. Now, hold it, stop. All you needed to do, if you wanted to, it would make no difference. You could do 5 times 53 is 265x equals 90 and divide by 265. And when you hit math, enter, enter, it will reduce every fraction. So, if you guys are going through this and you're saying, where is he getting these numbers from? You need to understand, I don't need to sit here and show you where, when your calculator will do all the work for you. All you need to do on your calculator with this, for example, is if you make this 265x and divide by 265, when you get 90 over 265, your calculator will reduce it to that. when I go over here and I do 3/5 x plus 1/2 x, your calculator will get you 11x over 10. So don't have the look of bewilderment. Your calculator will do all of the work for you. It's a matter of doing the right steps at the right times. Quickly.
Why do you cross multiply at the bottom?
Well, I just have a fraction equals a fraction, so you can cross multiply. It's just a quick, easy way to do it. If you wanted to multiply by 30 and then divide by 53, you could do that too.
Couldn't you just divide 53x over 30? Couldn't you divide the one on the right by the one on the left?
Yeah, you could do 3/5 divided by 53/30 as well. That would work too.
That
It would be
take longer.
equal. It's not harder, it's not easier. It's just fine. There's no problem with that. Okay, so that's how we blood and guts, if you will, our approach through there. And I'm gonna show you blood and guts tomorrow, and then we take the last of the quizzes, and then I'll show you a new technique after that. It's a little more difficult to do, but it's certainly a lot cleaner. Now, as I look through on your papers, most people lost, I graded that worth 40 points. Most people lost 15, which means they had a sense of what to do, they did some right things, but we needed to see more right things, okay? Now, on the next one, kids got obliterated on the next one, a lot of you, and you lost a full 30 out of 30 because you didn't even know where it was going. I think you saw the word area, and you said to yourself, well, if we're doing area, we have to multiply. That is how you find area. At any point in time, are they saying to compute an area in this problem? No, it's saying find the what?
Difference.
Difference. What does difference mean? Subtract. Now, so that would be my first problem, is the number of people set up like a super box, if you will. 3x3 box, almost look like tic-tac-toe, fill the whole thing in. That's a great idea. It had nothing to do with solving the problem. Next one, I need to find the difference, which means I need to subtract. This is the big rectangle here, there's the little rectangle. But a lot of people got this right. The problem is, I want to see this step here. And it's like a lot of people did it in their head. But I need to see this step, so you're showing me what you are subtracting. And then I also want to see the step where all the signs are changed. 3n squared minus 5n plus 8. Now, in the package, that's a positive n squared, it becomes negative. That's a positive 4n, it becomes negative. That's a positive 4, it becomes negative. Now we combine like terms to 2n squared minus 9n plus 4. Yes?
I just subtracted it, but I still got it right.
Yeah, and if you got it right, we're okay with giving credit. But what I will tell you is a lot of people wrote this one. They didn't write the minus sign, they didn't write the parentheses, they wrote this one. And then when they put this answer, one of the 3 parts was wrong. And they wound up losing full credit. You need to show me what are you subtracting. You need to show me the step where you change signs. That's exactly how the state would tell me to grade it, so make sure you do it like that. All right, and last but not least, number 3. Now this time, they're saying to use an area diagram to show the product. So now you're definitely, absolutely going to want to multiply that. I'm actually going to do it up high on the board instead of down low so that you can see it a little bit better. That's a great wrestling video, by the way, for a John Smith low single. 5x squared plus 9x minus 3 and 3x minus 7. Again, multiply to fill the boxes. 3x times 5x squared is 15x cubed. 3x times 9x. I showed you yesterday, make sure that you are showing your work. Minus 9x minus 35x squared minus 63x and then plus 21. So I have filled out all of the boxes by finding the products that compare with them. These two here, and so on. Now it's a matter of remembering that we can always add on the diagonal. 1 or 2 people forgot to combine like terms because they didn't add on the diagonal. That's 15x cubed minus 8x squared. I think there's a square there. If not, I just put it in. Minus 72x plus 21. And there's your correct answer. Okay. Any questions about that? Okay, so there's the quiz questions. Obviously, tomorrow we are going to go over those quizzes a little bit more. Now I want to talk about one quick thing with today. Ready? What is anything to the 0 power equal?
1.
1. Very good. The proof as to why that works, it goes like this. It's very simple. If I have x to the third over x to the third, anything divided by itself is 1. but the rule is to subtract exponents, so it also has to be 3 minus 3 is 0. So anything to the 0 is 1. Next, n to the third over n to the fifth. Obviously, we're going to have to do a little more work with this tomorrow. But isn't this n to the third and isn't this n to the fifth? Die. So I get 1 over n squared. But if I do the subtraction rule, 3 minus 5 is negative 2. So what I learn is this. Negative exponent, reciprocal. Just make it 1 over. I'm going to say negative exponent, you're going to say reciprocal. Negative exponent.
Reciprocal.
Very good. So if I say n to the negative 2, it's 1 over n squared. If I say 5 to the negative 2, what is that going to be? 1 over what? 5 squared. And what's 5 squared? 25. What if I said 3 to the negative 3? What would that be?
Reciprocal.
It is reciprocal, so it's 1 over what?
3 to the third.
3 to the third, which is 1 over 27. What if I said 2 to the negative 4? What would that be? Reciprocal, so it's 1 over what? 2 to the fourth, and what is 2 to the fourth?
1 over
16. So it's 1 over 16. So every time I see a negative reciprocal, do I get a negative in the answer? No. What I get is a fraction, a smaller number. That's what the negative exponent does to get that done. All right, we'll talk a little more about those tomorrow and clean this up. Hasta la vista, vaya con Dios, toodaloo, ta-ta. Arrivederci, smile a lot, ciao, arrivederci. Adios, amigos y amigas, ta-ta. Cheerio.